we do not shy away from controversy here on this channel, and there's probably, well, besides Kirk Cousins, there's probably no more polarizing player in recent Vikings franchise history than linebacker Anthony Barr. A lot of people love him, a lot of people disliked him for his play on the field, etc. But overall, I thought that Anthony Barr was a net positive on the Vikings. Number 9 overall pick in 2014. Yes, taken before Aaron Donald, and yeah, 8-year career with the Vikings, 4-time Pro Bowler, team captain, all of that stuff, where he was a bad dude as an edge rusher at UCLA. Maybe Mike Zimmer should have played him more on the edge instead of just trying to jam him into a strong side linebacker role, whatever. And of course, he's been a major part of Vikings franchise history for years. His chemistry with Eric Kendricks is unrivaled. And last offseason, he restructured his deal where he allowed him to stay with the Vikings at a reduced rate and also allowed him to be a free agent in 2022. But he hasn't had any bites as of yet in terms of landing some big free agent money. Now, there's obviously some concerns with health. He had that knee issue last year. He had the collarbone the year before, so fully understand that, right? But there's been rumors and speculation. Dallas makes a lot of sense with George Edwards down with the Cowboys, but Washington has also been bandied about a little bit. But should the Minnesota Vikings consider bringing back Anthony Barr? Now, before you just say no, we're talking about league minimum, nothing guaranteed, maybe a couple incentives in there. That's it. Also, not even as a starter, as a backup rotational player, etc. I mean, that's it. Also, he's not getting number 55 back because Zadarius Smith already got that and looking pretty damn good. That's right, man. But Anthony Barr has had a successful run with the Vikings, is still only 30 years old, but like we said, had that myriad of health issues the last couple seasons. Is that knee a concern? Yes, certainly. That's why he'd have to come in past the physical. That's why there'd be nothing guaranteed. Maybe some incentives thrown in there on the league minimum deal, but that's really it. And if Anthony Barr, he hasn't drummed up any significant interest so far, maybe he is biding his time. Maybe he is waiting to see what happens in training camp with various teams. Maybe he is waiting to see if there's an injury in training camp or preseason, then maybe he can ink things up. Or, hell, maybe he's just waiting into the season. It is potentially that spot there. But here with the Vikings, they could use him. Again, if the price is right. You do like his leadership, and also if you're going to use him as an off-ball linebacker, use him as an inside linebacker. Of course, that chemistry with Kendricks is great. I do really like Jordan Hicks. I think he's a more natural fit at that position. He's played in the scheme for a number of years, so that way you wouldn't be jacked around Anthony Barr. Also, I think Asamoah is going to be that dude, the heat-seeking missile from Oklahoma. But like we said at the top, using him on the edge, I think he was massively underutilized. He had 3 sacks last year. He had 13 pressures in only 85 pass rushing snaps, and a lot of them weren't even from the edge. A lot of them was that double A gap mug look. But Anthony Barr, like we said, I feel like the Vikings and Zimmer did Anthony Barr a disservice, because if Anthony Barr was allowed to develop as a hand-of-the-dirt 4-3 defensive end, I mean, the sky could have been the limit. Like, he could have been nearly a big-time contract dude. He could have been a 10-sack-a-year guy, but no. Yeah, not so much. And there had been talk all these last couple of years of Anthony Barr in training camp, working with Andre Patterson, working on some defensive line stuff, etc. But now this could be the best of both worlds, since the Vikings are moving to a 3-4, since Anthony Barr could be that stand-up edge rushing outside linebacker. And even though the Vikings are stacked in that department with Daniil and Zadarius Smith, DJ Wonnum, Janarius Robinson, Patrick Jones, Andre Mintz, etc., I mean, you can never have enough dudes who get the quarterback. Plus familiarity with the team, chemistry with some of the other veterans, Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks, Daniil Hunter, notably. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Like, we've thrown out some horrible ideas, but this one, I don't think is the worst ever. But like we said, he's not getting his number back. He probably wouldn't even be team captain right away. He would be a utility backup inside linebacker or working on the edge, one of the 2 spots, and that's really it. And again, 1 year, league minimum, some incentives, nothing guaranteed. Like, if he doesn't make the 90-man roster, if he doesn't make the practice squad, it doesn't work out. Or potentially, knocking on all the wood, if some ish goes down during the season, Does Anthony Barr come in? Do the Vikings sign him after week 1, where his contract, even though it's minimal, once you get to week 1, if you're on that roster, your contract becomes guaranteed at that point. So maybe they want to sign him after the season, because if you sign, after week 1, because if you sign after week 1, it goes week to week. It's like a track phone. So your full deal is not guaranteed. That's why they had that thing with Brett Jones and Everson Griffin constantly with the whole contract back and forth thing. But I digress. Should the Vikings consider it? Like we said, it's not the worst idea in the world. And if Barr's market is dry, again, he has to pass a physical, and he has to accept his new role. I would be more down for this than bringing back a guy like Kyle Rudolph. I would be more down for bringing back Sheldon, but that's another argument for another day. But with Barr, again, I've always liked Barr. I think that he would be a net positive on the team. I think that he would be a net positive on the 90-man rooster. But like we said, new regime. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah did not draft. Anthony Barr, Rick Spielman did. Kevin O'Connell and Donatel did not develop. Anthony Barr, Mike Zimmer did. And Zimmer and Spielman are both gone. So it's anything goes at this point. And the regime declined to re-sign him this offseason when they had a chance to. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are our thoughts. Should the Vikings bring back Anthony Barr? ? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.